Okay, you guys, I'm back. I know it's been a while since I did the video, but I had been so busy with work and everything, and so I haven't just doing it. But now that, you know, due to this coronavirus pandemic, nobody's working, I'm kind of home a little bit more now because I haven't been working. So I decided to do a video. This is a video I've been so anxious to do, so ready to do. And basically, it's a 6-part series in a way, because it's basically about abuse. There's 6 types of abuse, and the ones we commonly know is like physical abuse, sexual abuse, and substance abuse. We know those, but there's other abuse that are not very commonly known: verbal abuse, mental abuse, and emotional abuse. And that's because, you know, during a certain time, you know, they didn't want, you know, what I'm saying, it was very common because it was looked at as weird, and especially mental abuse. It was looked at like something wrong with the person. I wanted to touch it because I've gone through it, and I just want to share through my personal experience, because I want you to know that they're not alone. You're not the only one that's going through. There are people out there who has gone through what you have gone through. And there's some people out there that don't know what verbal abuse is, or it exists, or that it's happening. Then a lot of times they're going through and they think that it's okay what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't even know. Like, the first relationship I was in, I was like my twins, I had no idea. You know, that I was being verbally abused, led to mental and emotional abuse. But the one I'm going to talk about today is verbal abuse. So I want to talk about the ones that are not as common, that people don't know about. So I want to bring awareness to it, to their attention. I'm an advocate for people who have been abused. I'm kind of against abuse, you know. So I want to talk about that one. Kind of get this a little bit, kind of let you know the signs and symptoms and what to do about it once you realize you're in a verbally abusive relationship. And I'm pretty sure that once you realize that, you also realize that it's mental abuse. I'm starting with verbal because, like, something has to happen. Somebody will have to do something or say something for you to experience mental and emotional abuse. Mental abuse is like when you are processing what happened, and mental abuse is somebody trying to tell you what happened to you. And the emotional abuse is someone trying to tell you how to feel about it. You know what I'm saying, about that. I'm trying to control your emotions. But something has to happen first, or somebody has to say something for it to even go there. So I'm going to start with verbal abuse first. You know, I just get into that. You know, basically the signs and symptoms of what a person might say or do, and know what to do about it. So first, verbal abuse is kind of when, I have some notes here. Verbal abuse is when someone is speaking to you in a way where they are like tearing you down. It's not uplifting. They're not building you up. They are there's name calling. They are degrading you. They're criticizing you. And criticism is not the same as control. Criticism, that's different. They're criticizing you. They're constantly creating arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole time you be the person, all you guys ever do is argue. There's manipulation because they're trying to convince you that you said something or that never happened. They're trying to say that they did something wrong with you. And basically, just want to go down a couple of them. So they had listed here, and it's name calling. Basically, like they're saying, well, oh, you're dumb, or you must understand what I was saying. Everyone thinks you're a jerk. Everyone thinks you're this type of person, or slow, or whatever. People think you are, when the one somebody so you treat you that way because you asked them, so it's not true. Basically kind of like blame you, so, but name call. Oh, you're dumb, you're this, you're that. You'll never amount to anything. You'll never be, you can't do that. You know, just basically kind of tearing you down to where it kind of affects your sense of, well, maybe I can't do it, you know. So just kind of, it's a way to kind of bring it down a little bit. The other one is condescension. Basically condescension. It's another way to belittle you. Like they'll say something, let me see if I can put this in simple terms that even you can understand. So basically they don't feel that you understand them because they probably ask you so and you still up and say, hey, I'm not going to do that. And they feel, oh, you must understand. They break down something because clearly you're not whatever. You know, it's kind of patronizing, kind of condescending, arrogant. It's almost like they're saying they're so smart and stuff, and it's a way to say, oh, well, I'm so smart, so I kind of have to, this, what I'm saying, and you're not on my list, let me bring it down so you can understand a little better. This one says, I'm sure you put a lot of effort to your makeup or go wash it off before someone sees you. So it's almost like, put so much work and effort into it, and they kind of just tear it up. Well, I'm able to go get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? Because basically what I'm saying, but basically it's kind of saying that, oh, you're going to embarrass if someone sees it, even if you put so much work into it, or you're going to embarrass if someone sees you take that makeup off. I know it was so hard, but it's like, wow, you've done so much, and they want to, instead of, it's like no matter what you do, they tell you that, oh, you need to get rid of that, or, or do it this way, it's like, you work so hard in doing something, and they tell you to go wash off, if someone sees you, or they tell you to throw it away, because you work hard cooking, or throw that away, before guests come, and they don't like it, or whatever. That's almost like, it's a way of hurting, because they're so condescending, in the area, I've gone through it, criticism, I've gone through that one as well. You're always upset about something, always playing the victim. Nobody likes you. You screw up again, can't do anything right. Criticism is when no matter what you do, you're always going to have something to say. I personally experienced that. I was going to share with God no matter what, he had something to say. And I remember it was my first relationship ever. That's what really hurt me. It was my first relationship ever. I didn't think I was going to go through that. And it was just so hurtful and so painful. And, and I remember I didn't get my own apartment. At that time, you kind of wanted to give us time back and forth, on and off. So he's in my apartment, and I was helping him out. He don't last about a week. And nobody does the house, and nobody lives in the same type of household. And we do certain things, to deal with both that we had prayed, the board asked. And it was like, he had a problem with it because that's not what his mom did. But the thing is, with your mom, you're a grown man. You're not with your mom anymore, so guess what? You can't be with someone and think it's going to be how it was in your mom's house. So it was like, your mom, it's I don't care what I did, it was always wrong, or I was doing something that nobody ever did. Who does it? Nobody does it. It was like he just wanted to, it was at the time that was for a reason. And it was like, you're in my house. You never say anything, you don't pay any bills, and you're not going to do something in my house. I said, well, I'm doing this wrong. Like, I had some pictures on the wall. Well, your pictures ain't right. What are you talking about? It's like, he was criticizing. Had something about everything that happened. My picture wasn't right. Oh, something wrong with the color on my television. Oh, I had the television too loud. So, and he was blaming me, saying, oh, that's you, something wrong, so you need to get your ears checked. Always coming, like there was something wrong with him. Like, I think he has all stuff going on, and he just, as a person, he just wasn't happy when it came to life and whatever. And I don't think he was looking for anything serious, but just a couple of them criticism of how when you doing things, when you clean, they got problems with the way you clean it, what you use to clean it. If you're killing bugs, they have problems with what you use to kill bugs. They have problems with how you, they got problems with the picture of your television, or the sound of your television, or you got, issue how you got your pictures up, you know what I'm saying? And they were criticizing that people would not care about. Or they got a problem with like how much food you have on the plate and how fast you're eating, how fast you're drinking the water. It was like, this is crazy. So most people don't care about that type of stuff. And, make big deals about and stuff, You know what I'm saying? So those are some things to look out for. If you're sitting here and every time you do something, no matter what you do, this person's constantly criticizing you all the time. You're working hard, you're giving your best. And no matter what you do, the person all got something to say, that's verbal abuse. Because a person should not do that. They should be appreciative and grateful for what you're doing. They shouldn't be criticized, especially if you're doing something wrong with what you did. You're cooking. You know what I mean? Like, how can you go wrong? Most men don't care about that type of stuff. And, it was weird. Degradation. We kind of all know that when someone's degraded, to kind of bring you down. Before I came along, you were nothing. Without me, you'd be nothing again. I mean, look at yourself. Who else would want you? It's to tear you down, to make you feel as if like you can never get anybody or you are terrible, pathetic. It's done that way to make themselves look good and feel superior. Well, there are the problems, there are the issues. So a person ever saying to you that you're nothing, you're nobody, nobody's ever, that's verbal abuse. And I actually had that experience. My sister had it because my sister had just lost her baby. And the parent had said to her, you know what I'm saying, you're never going to be, because she was upset. So you're never going to be nothing, anything like that. You all, just kind of coming at them without verbal abuse. And yes, you can't experience verbal abuse from a parent. But someone close to you. So it's not just something that you experience in a relationship with somebody. It could be from family members too as well. Or at work, you know what I'm saying, or in school. Manipulation. That's kind of where they try to manipulate you to do what they want and try to manipulate you and to say that you said this that you didn't do. And I had experience too. If you do that, it proves you don't care about your family, everyone will know it. You do this for me if you really love me. And that's the common thing. Oh, if you love me, you say if you love me, you have sex with me. And that's the thing that men use to get what they want. Especially with sex. Well, you say, well, if you love me, you do it. That's the way to manipulate to get what they want. They don't know how to respect. That's something you expect somebody in high school. When you get older, when a person's older, mature, you're supposed to go out of that, and they're supposed to. But if you're in a relationship with a grown man or any person or whatever, and that's being spoken to you in that way, they have issues going on, because they should grow up out of it. A grown man should be speaking that way. You know, a grown man should be respecting how you feel. And it's basically trying to get you to do things. Oh, you know you said such and such. Or when you said, I'm like, no, I didn't say trying to manipulate, try to trick you into saying that you said something that you didn't do. Or, oh, you know what I'm saying, if you love me, you sit there and you ask me, if you love me, you'll do this for me, and all, you know what I'm saying? And a person who loves you wouldn't sit here and want you to do something that you don't feel comfortable doing. They would try to pressure you, they would respect how you feel. So just some things I'm putting out there, be aware of blame. They will blame you. And I had that personal experience where I had a guy sit there and try to say that I started a fight or argument, and really we'd be sitting having a good time, he would start it. And he would literally sit there and tell both his lies, I'm like, enough. And then started arguing. You want to keep bringing this up, or we can be talking about something. He'll bring something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I hate getting into fights, but you made me so mad. I have to yell because you're so unreasonable and dickhead. It's like they're blaming you for everything, and you don't take responsibility. Oh, it's your fault because you did this, you did that. And a lot of times the arguments are stupid stuff. Like you're arguing about nothing. They start going into a thing. It's like, what the hell am I arguing about? You know, and stuff. So, and then accusations. I saw we looked at them. You can't tell me there's nothing going on there. Only give me your cell phone if you got nothing to hide. I recently went through this with a guy I was talking to last year. And he was an older guy. He was very insecure because he had been through some stuff. And being cheated on, so he kind of had his trust issues. So so he said something to me like, I bet if you asked to call you, you answer if you want to. And then he said something like, I know that it was like he was just skeptical. He said, he was like the whole time we were together, he was like deciding, you was probably talking to your ex the whole time you still wanted. I said no. I said the whole time I gave it to you. I said nobody called back and call them. I said anybody, I don't have their numbers. I said I've been in 12 relationships, and that's Spanish guy. The first two I don't have their numbers. When I ain't in a relationship, I'm done. The Spanish guy, I don't have to say my phone, but I knew because I was the one who had to call from his phone all the time, or call his phone all the time, to the point where I had memorized because he was an alcoholic. I constantly had to keep calling to find his ex. You know what I'm saying? It was getting sorry. Excuse my language, I'm sorry. So I knew it by heart. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I did call him one time when I was in trouble, but I never called him, you know, as hey, you know, like, you know, so I never called to talk to him, like, you know, like, and we cheating, never, while we was together. And I said, and I only thought it because he knew, but before we were speaking, I was in a situation where I got locked out of my home, and I was like, I need somewhere to stay, what do I do? And I remember someone saying, knock on the neighbor, I was like, nah, you're gonna do that. So I called the ex first, but we wasn't even meeting, the guy wasn't even talking then. But because he knew about something before we together, he was like, well, if you did it, call this, yeah, we were together. Yes, I've done it because I didn't have anybody at the time. I was single, wasn't in a relationship, so yeah, it makes sense. You have to look at the whole entire situation. I was a single person, when you were not talking at the time, so you can't sit there, so you have nothing to say, I know you call your ex and you punch somebody. I never did that. When I called, I was single. I didn't have anybody, I was in trouble. You know, like I was silent when I called his ex. He's an alcoholic, he put me through a lot, I didn't want all that and stuff. So he accused me of the whole time we was together. I was like, no. I said, when I spoke to him, it was 4 weeks together. And then when I had an issue with my car, I didn't call him. Because I didn't want to know. I think he already, but I didn't call him. I knew he was, you know. And I went to the guy. I went back to the neighbor, was like, look, I hit him. I had to fix with my car and whatever. But I never, the whole time we was together, because I was around him all the time 24/7, so it's kind of hard for me to call my ex, and I'm sitting next to him all the time. Because y'all always want me over at his place all the time, so how can I sit there? I said, how can I sit next to you? I I said, I was with you all the time. I was always next to you. I was sitting right next to you. When did you ever see me pick up the phone and speak to my ex? When? You know, so it's frustrating because they'll accuse you of stuff because they're insecure, because they know, sometimes when a man's insecure, it's because they know they're not the man that's supposed to be. They know that they ain't got nothing going on. There are some men who know they ain't nothing, they ain't doing, you know, whatever. They go, so they start accusing you of stuff because they are afraid or feel like, okay, they're afraid that that person would want her to leave, because if she leaves in a relationship, what I say for me, I'll be messed up because they're not working. And so they don't want her to go, because if she leaves, I have to sit there and work and do something. And she's kind of like the cash cow. She's working, she's always going over there, so I'm always going to have it over my head. You know, she's going to, because they know you want your head, you're going to have it over your head. But this guy had his own place, but still it was like, okay, well, I don't want to, you know, so he was kind of like choosing himself, but the first guy, it was like, he had nothing going on with his uncle, so it was an old lady trying to manipulate her and think he was going to live off of me. Well, I'm at work all day, but then when I came home, nothing, you know. This new guy, it was that way because he had been through some stuff. He had been cheated on. You know, so creating insecurity. But also at the same time, he wasn't really stepping his game. He wasn't really putting the work in. He never took me out. He knew I was frustrated. I came to him about it, how I felt about, you know, going out. He knew he wasn't real, so he kind of got insecure because he knew. Because he one time said to me, he said, if you want to, you just leave it in town or whatever like that. So he had all stuff, and they said that he put in his head. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a fear that I might leave. I think he didn't want me to leave. He didn't want to. Because I was really nice. I'm a really nice woman, nice person. And he didn't want me to leave or go. He was afraid I was going to leave. That I was going to leave him and go. And so I think that's where it came from. And also he was older. He was in his 60s. And he's like, you know, why was she going to be, you know, all that stuff going on. But it kind of messed the relationship with whatever. We're going to move on. But, you know, so that's basically what it is. People are accused of things that you know you're not doing. And so you know what type of person you are. Okay, something's going with that person. You're with that person in your life. Gaslighting. You recall an agreement. I mean, they're saying that it didn't happen, or they're saying that they never did it, or you were the one who whatever. Or they're saying all the time in your mind, you made it, you dream it, you know, you make it up. You dream this in your mind. Or they'll tell the people that you're forgetful or having emotional problems. Just live out the illusions of the life they're trying to sell. There's somebody they blaming you like, oh, that's you hear stuff I never said it, denying stuff, you know. And that happened to the first relationship I was in. Most of my verbal abuse with this type of stuff was in my first relationship. He tried to say that a phone call never happened, that happened. So I think he was talking to some girl and he didn't want the girl to know that we were talking or whatever like that. So she was lying, trying to make it seem like I was going to pursue him, or whatever. That wasn't the case. We were together, we were still, but he was the one who called me back. I want to get back together. Now he's trying to have a conversation never happened. Oh, you must have been dreaming. You must have been yes, because that and that. I'm like, wow. He trying to make it seem like I was saying I was crazy and like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Make it seem like I was tripping on it, and that really hurt me. Because he tried to make it seem like I was insane. I wasn't in my right mind and stuff. You know, who does that? Circular arguments are when you're having the same argument over and over again. You already had a conversation like, you made it clear that you're not ready for kids. The product brings up every month. So let's say you had a conversation about something and you already made it clear, told them how you feel, because you bring it up. Like just like for example, I'm 35 years old, I'm a virgin. If I'm in a relationship with someone, they bring it up, I don't know, hey, I'm a virgin, I'm going to tell my parents. I done made it clear to myself, I done brought it up, I done said, I told you. Why does it keep coming up? Because once you had a conversation with someone, you don't have to bring that back up because it's my body, it's my choice. If it's not something that you can, if it's not something that you agree with, you'll feel that's right, okay, then there's no point in us going for a relationship because it's my choice. It's my decision. You know, it looks to me when we had that conversation again. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So circle arguments are good, especially when you make yourself clear you had a conversation that keeps coming up. It's because they're trying to push you to what you don't want to do. And a person that cares about you will try to push you and keep trying to constantly keep, you know, coming at you by saying that they respect that. So what to do about those things? So if it's not easy for you to get out right away, my thing is this. If it's like for me, it was easy because it wasn't like there was no physical there. So for me, I just up and left. I just cut all ties to any relationship. But it's not. But if you can't do that, if it's more than just from